Hello, welcome to Cauldron Brew. I am Jay Woodwolf, and I am here with Julie Rockwell and Oswyn from Pagan Coffee Talk. Hello, guys.
Hello.
So today I want to do a recap of season one and then go into a little bit about what's to come for Cauldron Brew.
All right.
So a little bit about us. So of course, I'm Jay Woodwolf, the host. Julie Rockwell is our co-host. Uh, Michael Woodwolf, who was in episode one, who kicked it all off with us. He's our backup co-host and backup audio editor. Oswyn here. He is our primary audio editor, and he is the co-host of Pagan Coffee Talk. And then, of course, we got Meadow Sweet. She is not with us. Neither is Michael. They are dealing with some personal issues, and they were not able to join us tonight. So, and Meadow Sweet is our secondary backup co-host, and she did episode 2 with us. So, Oswyn, why don't you tell us a little bit about Pagan Coffee Talk and how that idea came about?
Well, it's not my creation. Lady Keegan and Lord Knight were sitting around the table talking one evening, and he kept saying, well, I want to get this stuff down. There's stuff that I want to talk about. And she's like, do a podcast. And he's like, you know what? That's a good idea. So they kicked it off, and we did some research, and her husband actually helped us find a platform on which to host, and the rest is history. I mean, it just kind of went from there.
Did you think it would grow as big as it has? I mean,
No.
It's not huge, but
no,
still.
We don't have a very large following, but it's definitely more than what we anticipated in the beginning. We had no idea how much it was going to grow. I mean, in the early days of the podcast, this is only our second year, but in the early days, we were only getting like a handful of downloads every month. So it really wasn't a whole lot of people listening. And then somewhere along the line, it kept growing, and now we've got some pretty steady listeners that we can tell. We don't know who they are or exactly where they're from, but we do have some steady listeners. So it's been a journey for sure.
Anything you want to add, Julie?
Oh, just that I love listening to your podcast.
Oh, well, thank you.
All the topics. It's really interesting, but I really do like it. It's right to the point, and a lot of it needs to be said.
Well, thank you. That's kind of what we're going for.
It sure does. I think the first episode that I actually listened to you guys was when you were talking about Warlock. And I was like, okay, I found you guys on YouTube, and I was listening to the Warlock one, and I'm like, yes, finally somebody gets it.
Yeah, that's a pretty hot topic, hot button issue, if you will.
Yeah.
But we had to say our piece and be done with it. So.
Well, make sure you guys keep doing that. I like it.
Well, thank you.
How long have you been doing audio editing?
Oh, Lord. I've been doing that for probably 20 years or more.
Wow.
Yeah. So it started, God, I think it was around 2000, yeah, somewhere around 2001, somewhere around in there. And that grew out of a need. I had lost some major income, and I was looking for something else to do, and I went to work with Lady Alba for a while, and she's like, "Hey, I think you'd be really good at this," and I gave it a shot, and it worked, and I just started doing it, and I enjoyed it so much that I kept up with it. I still do it on the side. It's not my full-time job anymore, but I still enjoy
Yeah, but
doing
you are a
it.
lifesaver, though. You have saved me many a times when I am about to pull my hair out with doing that.
Well, yeah, because you just recently started recording your audio, your books, didn't you?
Yes, with that, and then trying to figure it out for my YouTube channel. And then now, since I'm going to be doing my audiobooks instead of having other narrators, I decided to start doing my own. And that program, all their requirements were like, I was like, what? It was all foreign to me. So, for a day and a half, I'm fussing at my computer, pulling my hair out, trying to figure out what this means. And you're just simple little, try this, 2 little things. And it took it.
Well, I have very little hair, and you have such beautiful hair. I don't want anybody else to pull it out, so.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. But yeah, it was definitely interesting learning that. So, major props to you for what you do.
Oh, well, thank you. It's
You're
a
welcome.
pleasure working with you and with Jay. It's ever since Jay first contacted us, and we started communicating back and forth. I don't know. It was just, and then he told me he was doing this, and I was like, okay, well, if you need some help, and then kind of offered my services.
Yeah, you got us started on, all the major podcast platforms like Spotify, iHeartRadio, and, through Buzzsprout. And so thank you
Right.
for that.
Yes.
You're welcome.
And, thank you for, being a part of Cauldron Brew and helping us with our audio. So
Yeah,
she's
I'm.
right. You're definitely a lifesaver because I don't know nothing about cleaning up audio.
I'm just glad I could help.
Yeah, most people don't know what it takes and going into this, and they think, oh, we're just going to record and hope for the best. No, there's behind the scenes work too.
Oh, sure. And what I do, I don't really take anything out of a conversation. I clean it up, and I add some filters and some processing, and trying to make it sound better.
Right.
You do a really good job at it, though.
Oh, well, thank you.
So we're going to talk about a little bit about ourselves. I've studied traditional Wicca. What I mean by traditional Wicca, it was on the lines of Gardnerian and Alexandrian from the books that I've studied back in the beginning. I started out in 2007-ish. I did some studies in dragon magic, and I'm currently studying druidry. But I've never been initiated into any coven, so I can't claim Gardnerian or Alexandrian as those are initiatory traditions. But what I studied was, Raymond Buckland, stuff like that, the classical writers of Wicca. So that's a little bit of history on me. Julie, let's talk about you.
Yeah. I don't even know where to really start. Besides been in it seems like forever of different paths, see what fits. But my main thing is now just, with the Native American part, it's more since with my ancestors. And then with a lot of the stuff that I've learned from it, from working with different tribes, it's more of the spiritual part of it. No way, shape, form, a shaman, but the lines of it. And with the necromancy and more of the darker aspects of the magic. Because half my life it was always with the light. And now it's more of the darker part of it, besides also, that taboo you're not supposed to. But I do. I work with the fae. I work with the different elements that deal with nature. And just odds and ends of different things that, we'll be getting into in season 3 of what I do.
Well, death is part of the life cycle. There's
Well, yeah,
birth.
but a lot of a lot of people don't like. I've been shunned a lot of places on with witches in general because of what I do, of the path I walk. It's they still think it's so taboo to do necromancy. Not raising the dead, like how Hollywood likes to portray it. It's all spirit work. So, I still get a lot of people that don't like what I do and want to basically stop me from doing it. So,
Well, I, for one, am looking forward to the season where you delve into more of your practice.
right, yeah, because season 3 is namely with a lot of what I do. So that one, it's, I always have tried to stay quiet about what I do. That's why I just will put on things in social media, just a pagan, because of when I have opened to different parts of just the surface, the lot of hate that I get from other witches that you shouldn't be doing this, and stuff, because it is of the dark. It's not, when you deal with hexes and curses and everything that I do, they see it as taboo, so it'll be interesting. Because I will, open myself up for, that season of dive into, all the nitty gritty of it.
Oh, for sure.
You get to host that season.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I have no problem with that.
All right. Okay, so since he wasn't able to join us, and he did do episode 1 with me, and he kicked it off, a little bit about him is he is studying under me. He is one of my students, and I am, well, right now it's kind of hard to do, but I was teaching him traditional Wicca, so we'll move on. Now let's talk about Oswyn.
Yes,
Well,
let's
you've
talk
already
about
heard.
you.
I was going to say you've already heard quite a bit about me. As far as my path goes, I was in the early days. I was a very devout Christian, and when I met Lord Knight, he was not even studying on his path yet, and he had already introduced me to a few aspects of paganism, and it felt right in some ways, and in other ways it didn't. So, being deeply ingrained in the church, it took me a while to overcome some of those stereotypes, if you would.
Yeah.
But then the I guess in the early, well, it was probably mid to late 90s, I believe, he found a teacher, and he would go down, travel 2 hours one way, and spend the weekend, and I would go with him and to do his classes. And so I was hearing some of the things that he was being taught, and I was hanging out with another Lord Nakia Foxfire, who is no longer with us, but I was hanging out with him while Lord Knight was having classes, and so we would talk, and I don't know, it was a gradual thing for me, just a little bit here and there, and I was I was honestly the one that a lot of people never thought would be on this path. And it kind of surprised some people when I got my first degree initiation. And I don't know, it just felt right. And if I felt at home on this path. So, yeah, I've been doing this since the mid-90s or so.
You recently became a second degree in your coven.
Yes, I did.
Right?
Yes, I did.
So congrats on that.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, and I've always been. I mean, you can ask anybody in the coven and Life Temple. I've always been an active part. I've helped with rituals. I've written rituals. I've performed rituals. I've helped with food. I've helped with planning. So I've helped with classes. So I do a lot, and it seemed fitting. But I've always been an active member. I've always been very supportive of what goes on here.
That's cool.
That's always a good thing. Groups actually need people like that.
Yes.
To keep it active, to keep things moving, to keep it alive.
Absolutely.
So, and the last person was Meadow Sweet. She did episode 2. She's the secondary backup co-host. She's an eclectic pagan. But she was supposed to join us tonight, but she ended up sick, so she never made it. So moving on. So kind of a recap of season 1 and what we did. Episode 1 was Q&A with the Woodwolf Neophyte, which was Michael. Unfortunately, he was not able to join us tonight. Second episode, The Council of American Witches and the 13 Principles of a Witch. That was done with Meadow Sweet. Again, she wasn't able to join us. And then Julie kicked it off as episode 3, Issues in the Pagan Community. And then, of course, we talked a bit about your journey and mine in season 4 and 5. And then we did an interview with Norse Pagans, which was Chill Heathen and Jason, Julie's son.
Yep.
Episode 7, Mentorship and Paganism. Pros and Cons in episode 8 of Paganism on social media. Episode 9, Oath Keeping and the word Warlock. Episode 10, Paganism, what is it and how is it defined? And then here we are at episode 11. So is there anything that you guys want to bring up with these episodes?
Julie?
I'm just looking at it. It still amazes me how long that I've been doing this with you. You know what I mean? Because it seems like it's been shorter than just looking at the dates and stuff, but it's to where not really anything bad is to where I like it. How, we went through the basics of it, and now we're really going to start diving into it as we go on.
Which one in the season 1 was your favorite?
Mine?
Yeah.
Probably the one with the Norse. Because with my son, I've always loved learning a different path than what I'm on. I love knowledge. And with him, just listening to his knowledge he's like a sponge, and especially with history, he just absorbs everything. And then also with Chill, listening to the two of them and just how it was back then, like what they know and what they talked about. And it was just really interesting.
My favorite was the first one. I thought Michael did really well on that. he kind of got veered off topic a little bit, but I kind of steered him back on. But I think he did really well, and that
For his
for
first
me
time, yeah.
yeah, and so for me that was very memorable to have that do that with him to actually kick it off. What
All right.
about you, Oswyn? Since you heard all of our audio.
Well, there were a couple. I really enjoyed the first one. Again, with Michael being new to the whole concept of everything and not really being a public speaker of any kind, at least from my understanding. So I thought it was interesting to see him, to see that progression and to hear him open up. And I don't know, it seemed like by the end he was comfortable with the whole situation.
Yeah.
My other one would probably would definitely have to be the Norse pagans, because again, I'm like Julie. I enjoy hearing about other people's paths and finding out a little bit more into, I guess, kind of what makes that path tick.
Yeah.
And then I also enjoyed Julie's pagan journey, hearing about your journey into things and all of that. Because I've talked with Jay about his journey on Discord many times, and so to hear yours, knowing your background and knowing your path, was interesting to hear your journey on that,
Right.
and how you got to where you are.
Oh yeah, it zigzags all over.
Yeah, so those would be my favorites.
All right. Let's talk about season 2 and what's coming.
This one's going to be fun.
Yes. Season 2, we'll be talking about the divine self. So episode 1 of season 2 does one need to be mentally mature to practice any form of paganism? So the basic answer to that, I would say, is yes.
Big time.
Your head has to be in the right head. You have to be in the right headspace for this.
You do. You really do. You just can't be, willy-nilly and just all over the place to, Sometimes, yes, you can, but most of the time you do have to be mentally mature enough to be able to handle what it all involves. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
We're not starting season 2 yet, so.
No, we're not. So episode 2 of season 2, the God seed, the spark of divine within. Some people call it the soul, the spirit, whatever. So that's where we're gonna go with that one. The dark of the mind, dealing with your shadow. Okay, that one's gonna get deep.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting but fun to really do that one.
Yep, bring your shovels.
Not a whole lot of people are eager to, dive into their junk drawer, so to speak.
Well, no, because that's usually when people haven't dealt with their issues and they want to hide away.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they'll shy away from it. Be like, nope, don't know what you're talking about. I'm good. I'm really good. But me, I'm just like pulling out the drawer and throwing everything.
Here it is.
I'm like, hey, I dance with my skeletons, so.
There you go. So and then we'll get into, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, to be skyclad or not to be skyclad, and tantric energies. That's the sexual energies, the fertile energies of nature kind of thing. So I think season 2 is going to be quite interesting.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And here is season 3, Darker Shade of Magic. This is going to be your specialty, Julie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this one I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, this one's
is
going to
be
definitely be interesting.
It might scare the shit out of some people.
Oh, well. Yeah, but see, what a lot of people don't well, I shouldn't say a lot, but some people don't realize, just like, we have the sun, then, we have the moon for the night. So you have the light and you have the dark, no matter what, just like life and death. There, you have to have that balance. And there's some of us that just practice more of the darker stuff to equal that balance.
Yeah.
But see, with also people, go ahead.
I was gonna. If you want to continue talking on it, go for it. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I don't know what I was going to say now, but it's sure. But see, that's the one thing though. If it scares them, that's so be it. But what people don't realize, well, some, is that the darker stuff isn't evil. Nowhere near. It's the person that will make it evil, not the magic itself. The magic itself is neutral.
Yeah, it's just energy. That's all it is.
It's the person that makes it, like with like the necromancy or the chaos, graveyard magic. It's not, there's do's and don'ts with that one. Just like, because besides the necromancy, also part of me is the grave lording, which is protecting graveyards, from people that just want to go in there and just think that they can just grab graveyard dirt from any grave to use when you can't. So. Okay.
I don't know much about that topic, so I'm just going to leave it be.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so season 4, we'll be doing a Mad House review. Now, this is going to be fun.
See, I've never watched this, but I'm looking forward to it because before we do the podcast, like the night before, I'm going to watch
we get to pick it apart.
I'm going to watch each episode, put my little notes down, and then, when we go through it, it'll be interesting. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. So that's what's to come. And all right, so a lot of the different platforms that we are on is audio podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts. I got that on there doubled. Podcast Index, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, TuneIn plus Alexa, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Pocket Cast, Deezer, Listen Notes, Player FM, and we live stream on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Okay. That's cool. That's a lot more platforms than I thought we were on.
Well, the audio podcast is through Buzzsprout, and then the live streaming is through here.
Right. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to get us out there.
Oh, I know.
Can't say I've done too much live streaming, but
I think we just started this one, didn't we? The last episode?
Yeah.
Live streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
We started it. We did. This is our third one on live stream.
I didn't know I knew last time
this
we
is
did.
Number 3.
Is it really?
Yep.
I believe he's right. Yeah.
Yep. Number 3.
Oh. Okay. Well, I hope the very first one, I was okay because I don't remember it. Oh, that's the blooper reel.
Right. Oh, mercy.
Are we all done live streaming?
No, not yet.
No. Okay. Well, I just didn't know because you took that screen off, so.
Nope.
Just want to make sure, Don't want to be like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, Julie, we're still live streaming. Like, oh.
Oh, no, we're still going. So
that's fine.
I have a surprise for you guys. and forever who's ever watching, it is the season 2 intro video.
Oh, I've been waiting to see this.
This should be good.
You guys are dying to see this, huh?
Well, yeah, especially since we picked out the music, and he wouldn't
Oh,
let he wouldn't
Hold
show
on.
he
You
wouldn't
changed
show
the
me.
music too?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Let me get this over here. Get this set up. All right. Let me screen share. Get this going. Let me mute my oh, I don't have to mute my mic because it's going through headphones. All right.
See, this is the end of things that I know nothing about.
You know what? This was so difficult to fucking figure out. Oh my God.
I got the easy part. I helped pick out the music.
Okay, it doesn't want to do this now.
Of course not.
Oh no, no
It
teasing.
keeps crashing. Cancel.
Probably because there's 3 of us on here.
Oh, good Lord.
Right at
All
crunch
right, let
time.
me
It's
try
like no.
to. There. Close this window out. All right. Ah. It still ain't letting me do it.
Yeah, you may just have to share it with us later.
We are unable to subscribe to the participate. Please check your internet connection and reload the page.
Well, isn't that lovely?
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
Again, not my side of things. I can't help you here.
We'll get it to work.
But you should like if you just what about closing it out and then reopening it and make sure everything else but this is closed out.
Let me turn off my camera, see if that helps.
We need to get you better Wi-Fi.
Right?
Actually, my Wi-Fi is pretty strong. Supposed to be, anyway.
Yeah, they always say I hate Wi-Fi half the time.
Oh, no.
Well, just like that one company I keep seeing, my cable company, they got supposedly 10G now.
Really?
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I thought we were. I know it was for phones, but I'm like, I thought we were up to 5G, and that's still crap.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to upload it to the studio because it was too large of a file. Now I can't even screen share the damn video.
Well,
Okay,
thanks for the teaser.
Yeah. But technically, it wasn't even a teaser. We didn't get that even little glimpse.
I know, right?
We got a little teaser blurb.
That's not even worth $1.
It sure isn't.
Get back on the pole.
You didn't enjoy that poll too much.
Sorry, Julie.
Oh no, no. Oh, I love your sense of humor. I always have.
All right. Well, I don't know what's going on. I can't seem to fix it. So what
So
I
we'll
will
just have
do
to.
is I'll try to upload it to YouTube and get you guys to see it there.
Okay.
Okay. Well, even if that can't happen, at least when we do season 2, we'll
We'll
be
see it
able to
then.
see it.
My whole plan was to try to see if I could. I don't know. I was able to share the slideshow just a few minutes
Right.
ago.
Yeah. So
What the
why wouldn't
hell?
you be able to do this?
I don't know.
I love technology.
Do you have a program running behind somewhere that takes too much?
No, I got everything closed out now. Yeah, still not letting me.
That's weird.
Mm.
Oh well. Like I said, you can always just upload it later.
Yeah, and then just let us know on Discord when it's up.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end this, and thank you for watching, everybody, and thank you for joining, Julie and Oswyn. Everybody, you can have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.